Good morning. Welcome to Superior Sunrise. Superior Livestock Auction, America's leader in livestock marketing.
Good morning and welcome to Superior Sunrise, live from Breckenridge, Colorado. I'm Kirby Schnorr and I'm glad you've joined us this morning. We have a great show for you full of wonderful guests, starting off with world champion auctioneer Charlie Cummings to give us a brief update on the market, and ending the show with world champion auctioneer Ralph Wade to preview what we have to offer in today's auction. So grab a cup of coffee and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You can take your cattle to sale and you can sell them there and you can show them to whoever is at the sale. Or you can put them on a video, put them on Superior, and you can show your cattle to thousands of people and they can bid on them. They can call in and bid on them. They can be there and bid on them. It's showing your cattle to a lot more people, and I think that's huge.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is world champion auctioneer Charlie Cummings. Day 5, Breckenridge, Colorado. I know I was talking to Mike and Beth back in the control room back in Fort Worth, and they said every morning you guys wake up and you and Charlie talk about how beautiful Breckenridge is, and we don't get to see it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go outside. I'm going to take some video shots of how beautiful it is. I don't know if it does it justice. And I also took some shots of, the auction room just because we talk about how full it is, and for people back home, they don't get to see what's going on here. But it's it's an exciting time, and it's a beautiful place to be.
You're 100% right. I tell you what, it's absolutely beautiful out there this morning. As you see that sun poking over the hills and little fog mist there is just absolutely beautiful. And even more beautiful than that probably out there was yesterday as we get started and watch that market and watch that room fill up with our producers and we get the opportunity to work for them was even more beautiful.
You're exactly right. I know, and I told Ralph yesterday, I said, I probably overused the word exciting. I know my grandma reminds me of that when she watches sunrise. And I said, it's an exciting time. This is an exciting time to be in the cattle business. People are stocking up on their numbers, and they're excited. They're taking advantage of this, and they're excited to sell their cattle. People are really, really happy in that auction room.
Yeah, lots of enthusiasm, and we being producers ourselves, and we take our input cost, and then we look at them year in, year out, and we look at 6-weight cattle yesterday, maybe a year ago, bring 138, maybe 142 or 3, and yesterday, we can go to 160 pretty easy, and just a great market with lots of activity, and so, yeah, really rewarding.
Definitely rewarding. Well, speaking of the market, let's talk about the auction today and what we can expect.
I think we'll be excited again today, and as we have been all week, tons and tons of excitement in that auction room and lots of activity. That click to bid has just been busy. Lots of good buyers right here at ringside yesterday, just lots of guys, and so we can expect the same today as we get started. And man, I tell you what, we got a lot of nice cattle to offer here today.
We definitely do. I know we've had great cattle all week long, and I don't want to, foreshadow anything that we've got going on this week, but switching gears a little bit, we've got a lot on our calendar. You can always check out superiorlivestock.com, but we've got a lot of auctions on the schedule. We got Winnemucca coming up, and then we have Sheridan.
That's exactly right. We want to remind everybody, get those contracts in for Winnemucca. Deadline for that is going to be tomorrow, July the 5th, or July the 5th. I wish it was July the 5th. That way it would be after the 4th, right? July the 15th will be tomorrow, so the Saturday. So, we're going to spend July the 31st. We'll be in Fort Worth for that Monday offering, and then Tuesday will be a travel day, and we'll spend the 3rd, 4th, and 5th in Winnemucca. So exciting times.
Exciting times indeed. If you are in need of a buyer's number, you can go ahead and give Superior a call at 800-422-2117. And like I said, you can get on superiorlivestock.com. You can see what we have on our calendar for all of the events. And yes, definitely get your contracts in. I know the ladies in Brush definitely appreciate that. But switching gears a little bit, Charlie, you and I always talk about we're on the road, we're at these shows or at these auctions, and we get to put a name to a face. And that's what's really nice. I know you got to bring your family. So let's wrap up the week. Let's talk about how fun it's been for all the kids here, how fun it's been for your wife to be here and hang out with all the other wives. It's just been a really good time.
It has. It's super exciting to be able to get out and get on the road and to meet so many producers and that do such a great job. I've spent I missed sunrise Monday morning, right? But anyway, being here at 6:30, and then we got almost an hour and a half. We got till 8 o'clock until the auction starts, and being able to walk in that room, talk to producers, talk about how they do business and what they do on their ranches is just phenomenal. And then you look at everybody getting together and families in the evening and steak feed last night, and so many people gathered up. It's really exciting, and it's like the family just continues to bond and grow here at Superior Livestock.
And that's exactly what we like to see. I want to thanks for being on here this morning and wrapping up Breckenridge, Colorado, Day 5. When we come back, Superior Livestock Representative Shane Frost and some consigners. Stay with us.
Hello, and welcome to Superior's Week in the Rockies in Breckenridge, Colorado. I'm Tom Brink, CEO of the Red Angus Association of America. We are proud to be the primary sponsor of the 2017 Superior Week in the Rockies event. Superior summer video sales have grown and are recognized as one of the beef industry's largest offerings of high-quality feeder calves, yearlings, and replacement females. This week, commercial cattlemen around the country will offer some of the best ranch-raised calves, many sired by high-performing Red Angus bulls. We fully expect strong demand for these fresh calves and are proud to partner with Superior Livestock to bring them to market. University studies have verified what many cattlemen have already recognized. There is real value to be found in Red Angus sired calves, and even more so when backed with age, source, and genetic verification. You've helped identify the Red Angus replacement heifer as the most favored female in the industry. She is a productive, problem-free mother cow that will help boost your bottom line and improve your return on this important genetic investment. Red Angus sired calves can and do deliver improved conversion that shortens the number of days on feed while delivering high-quality grades and improved carcass yields, and they will qualify for grid premiums. Qualified Red Angus calves are now being welcomed into the Top Dollar Angus program. As you take in the offering this week, be sure to watch for calves sired by Red Angus bulls and carrying the distinctive FCCP yellow tag. There is high demand from feeders all across the country for these calves, as they will qualify for special Red Angus marketing grids with several packers. The cattle carrying the FCCP yellow tag have been officially enrolled by the producer in the Red Angus Feeder Calf Certification Program. Buyers can be assured that these calves carry at least 50% Red Angus bloodlines. Because they are qualified by parentage, there is more to these calves than simply the color of the hide. Red Angus would like to thank the crew at Superior Livestock Auction and all of the Superior reps working throughout the country with producers. And again, we'd like to thank the ranchers for consigning an excellent set of calves and replacement females to this sale. We thank you for joining us as Red Angus sponsors this series of Superior Livestock summer video sales, including the Week in the Rockies in Breckenridge, Colorado. Then moving on to the high desert at Winnemucca, Nevada for the Video Royale, and ending the season with the Bighorn Classic in historic Sheridan, Wyoming. Sponsoring summer video sales are examples of Red Angus commitment to commercial beef production in those ranches who have selected Red Angus bulls for their breeding programs. We take pride in serving these firms and assisting in delivering added value options and superior market access. For more information, visit redangus.org. And we thank you for marketing your cattle the superior way.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Superior Livestock Representative Shane Frost and some of his consigners, Shane and Kent. I want to thank you all for being on this morning. Like Charlie said, it is an early morning, but you guys were all up here. You were ready to go, and I know that's because you guys have cattle on in the auction today, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But Shane, let's start with you. Let's talk about what it's like to be a Superior Livestock Representative and build these relationships that you do have with your customers and your consigners.
Well, I've been repping since '97, and, most of my consigners have been with me from then or shortly thereafter. And so, it's become a family friendship. Mm-hmm. I know these guys as kids. They've been down here, been in the swimming pool, and it's pretty close connection, just been a
I know it's been a
in
good
order to
time.
represent their cattle, the quality of the cattle they raise, and you've seen them improve over the years. It's just been a great opportunity.
I know that's one thing that we were talking about before we came on air is you guys, I said, why is it that you sell with Superior? And you said, well, we don't know any better. But there is something that keeps you coming back time and time again to sell with Superior and have the relationship that you do with your reps. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we have a family get together there. We sell a lot of cattle, say 600 head, brothers and sisters, and Superior works with us real well, and so does Shane. Everybody conglomerates their calves together, and he does a good job of getting us taken care of that day. It's a big day on the day we ship, but he's been excellent to help us out. So.
Well, I know that's one thing we pride ourselves on here at Superior is the Superior family, and Shane knows that, and it is a big relationship that you have to build with your consigners and your customers. So going into today, you're selling cattle. Tell us a little bit what you have on the auction.
So we have a couple loads, and our cattle, our mother cows, they're Red Angus cattle and Black Angus, but predominantly Red Angus. And then we have some Charolais bulls that we run, and we feel like we have some pretty good genetics there, and they help sell the cattle.
I know before we came on too, we were talking about genetics and programs. Tell us a little bit about the programs you guys participate in and why you feel it's important to participate in them in today's market.
Yeah, we selling Red Angus cattle. They'll be have the dangle tag in them today, and they've just been phenomenal for us. Right.
Tell us a little bit about their cattle, Shane.
Okay. Basically, all the cattle we got on today are pretty much all VAC 34 plus. I mean, these two guys, we got the Red Angus and then the Charolais cross calves running Eaton bulls, and they're some of the top cattle in Utah.
Well, and I thank you guys for being on this morning. I'm going to wish you the best of luck out there in the auction room. I know you won't need it, but thanks again for being on this morning. When we come back, a special guest. Stay with us.
We all know the damages flies can cause to a herd of cattle. Studies conducted by institutions and universities in the United States and Canada show that even small infestations of flies can cause pain, irritation, and weight loss in animals. Want a herd free of flies that can reach its maximum potential? Purchase Just a Fly through ChampionStoreUSA.com/shop or Amazon.com. For more information, call 1-800-898-0987.
Hello everyone, I'm Kirby Schnorr, and at Superior, we love connecting with our reps, consigners, buyers, or anyone interested in the agriculture or Western way of life. Between you and me, I think Superior put the social in social media. So along with traditional ways of communication, there are so many ways to connect with us.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Johnette Gottsweiler with the American Angus Association. I want to thank you for being here. I always say this, but I love, when I have my fellow Angus people on with me. So I want to thank you for being on this morning. Let's just get right into it. I know you have a presence here at our Superior Livestock Sales, and you have a booth here along with a lot of other people, but you're really well known, and you're here to talk about Age Source. So let's just get right into it and talk about it.
You bet. Angus Source is a great program. It's an age source and genetic verification program, one of the lowest costs in the industry. Plus, it really verifies those Angus genetics and separates those black hides out. Superior has been so wonderful for us to work with because we get data back from you all showing us just how well those calves are selling. Right now, on a 6-year study from 2010 to 2016, those calves brought a premium of $2.56 a hundredweight. So if you look at a 650-pound load lot, 60 head, that's right at $1,000 those producers are making extra. And just for a $50 enrollment fee and, of course, a low tag cost of $1.25, what more could you want? We've got great Superior reps who work wonderful with their customers as well as us at the association, trying to bring those customers more value. So we really appreciate that relationship and want to work more closely with those customers out in the field that have those registered Angus bulls.
I've noticed a lot of producers come by your booth during the week of the auction. So tell us a little bit about that. What is it that you tell producers why they should participate in your programs and why it'll make a difference when they do?
Well, one of the great things is we have a list of more than 800 buyers who want to know when and where Angus source cattle are selling. So it's a great tool. We're able to put that information on the internet, send that email out. We can sure include that rep's name and number so that we know that, they're getting that. Plus the fact that they do get a premium. And they love working with us because we are the American Angus Association.
That's exactly right. Okay, so if anybody wants any more information on any of the age source or anything like that, how can they go about getting that?
Great. Call us at 816-383-5100 or visit www.angus.org. We'll be glad to help.
I want to thank you for being on this morning, Johnette. When we come back, Trey Beffert with the American Hereford Association. Stay with us.
At 44 Farms, we believe work starts at sunup and doesn't stop until sundown. We believe in order to live off the land, you have to love and respect it. We believe that cattle aren't just raised, they're nurtured. And we believe when you do things right, with honesty and integrity, well, things like quality and consistency happen naturally. 44 Farm Steaks, responsibly raised all-natural beef.
Long range, huh? Says here in a weight gain trial of 15,000 stockers, parasite control with long range outperformed 5 other dewormers by an average of 28 pounds. Extra 28 pounds per head. Wonder what that'd feel like.
Do not treat within 48 days of slaughter. Not for use in female dairy cattle 20 months of age or older, including dry dairy cows or in veal calves. Post-injection site damage such as granulomas and necrosis can occur. These reactions have disappeared without treatment. You have a lot to gain with long range.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Trey Beffert with the American Hereford Association. Trey, you're no stranger to Sunrise. I know I've had you on here before, so let's get right into it. Let's talk about the Hereford Association. I know you guys have seen exponential growth over the years, and especially in the recent years. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about numbers, and let's talk about the growth you've guys seen.
Sure. Well, we've had a strong spring bull sale season. The numbers across the board in the breed have been up this year, and all that coupled with what we've got going on in the youth programs and commercial programs, we really have a lot of positive momentum going forward.
Well, speaking of the youth programs, I know you guys have the National Junior Hereford Association, the show, next week happening. But you also have another program that you were telling me about yesterday that I thought was so fantastic, and it's the Fed Cattle Program. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So the NJHA Fed Steer Shootout we started earlier this year is a steer feed-out contest. We've got 72 steers from 27 kids in 10 different states on feed. Those kids will go through the process and learn from anywhere from carcass data to management to health programs, and they'll also get carcass and performance data back that they can compare, and we'll also be awarding those kids according to performance and carcass at our annual conference in the fall. So it's really a great program, and looking forward to the growth of the program moving forward.
Well, I know, speaking of growth, I know it's grown so much, like I said at the beginning of this interview, but what's also grown is the CHB program, and I know we don't have enough time to get into that today, but it's really made a presence here in the cattle industry. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Well, the CHB program continues to grow, but we've been working on a genetic merit program, the Hereford Advantage program, that has really grown and have a lot of interest in the program. That's a genetic merit program based on our CHB index, and by participating, producers can submit their registration numbers for the Hereford bulls, and if they rank in the top 20% of the breed, then the program logo can be added to those lots, and we can promote those to a growing number of buyers that are interested in high-quality Hereford influence feeder cattle.
Wow, well, and I thank you for being on here this morning to talk with me, Trey. When we come back, more special guests. Don't go anywhere.
Superior Livestock is proud to announce a new partnership with Biozyme Inc. Since 1995, value-added calf programs have created premiums when calves sell on Superior's video auctions. Traditionally, when ranchers think of adding value, it is derived from a quality health program dependent upon vaccinations. But together, Superior and Biozyme are putting a new twist on creating premiums for healthier cattle through a mineral supplement program. Healthier cattle are more profitable, and now cattle that have been fed a VitaFirm or GainSmart Amifirm-based mineral supplement for a minimum of 45 days prior to auction will receive the VitaFirm or GainSmart value-added logo in Superior's catalogs and on-screen as the cattle sell. VitaFirm raised targets cow-calf producers and is for calves that are raised on a VitaFirm fed dam and or was fed a VitaFirm mineral themselves during preconditioning for a minimum of 45 days prior to the auction and through delivery. GainSmart targets stocker, feeder, and backgrounding operators and will recognize calves that have been fed a GainSmart mineral for a minimum of 45 days prior to auction and through delivery. For more information, go to superiorlivestock.com or call 800-422-2117.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Bill Martin and CJ Page. Sorry, before we got going, we were just getting started and talking. I know Nancy and Cole were talking back there with us, but don't want to age you, Bill, but Nancy said you've been with Superior for quite some time, so let's just go right into it. Let's talk about that and talk about your involvement with Superior Livestock in the cattle industry.
Thanks, Kirby. Yeah, I was really fortunate in '87 when the two companies, Buddy Jeffers and Jim Odell, merged to form Superior. Jim and I both moved to Fort Worth. I had lived in Amarillo, and we started that office down there at the stockyards. And it was, for a young man, it was a great place to be and a good time to be in it. Superior was just starting out and had a lot to prove, and it's never looked back since. It's been a great experience.
You know, it's always so interesting to hear the stories from the past and then getting some of the young guys like CJ, which I know you've been in the livestock business for quite some time, the cattle business as well. So talk about your transition and coming on with Bill and just the experience you've had thus far.
It's been great. I got to start out with Ronnie McNutt, and it's been pretty neat to get to work with him. And then I moved up here last fall and started helping Bill, and just been a good learning experience. And he's taught me a lot. Most of it's been good, I think. But it's just been a good experience.
Well, I know both of you coming from Texas, so you're now here up in these parts of the country in Colorado. Tell us a little bit about the types of cattle, the difference in the climate, and, you know, the different kinds of cattle that you have to run in this territory.
Well, it is very different. Quality-wise, it's a lot more consistent, and the cattle have to adapt to altitude up here. There's just a lot of things that Mother Nature requires of a cow here versus Texas, and I'm sure our cows would melt if they had to live down there. So there are a lot of differences, but it's been great to see the different kinds of operations and the way people run their cattle.
You know, going back a little bit, being with Superior for as long as you have, talk about the changes that you've seen over the years and where we are today.
Well, I think, you know, the greatest thing with Buddy and Jim, it couldn't have been a better way to start. That was just such and for a young man to learn this business with people like that, I was just so blessed to have that opportunity. And then to see the transition into what it's become with Danny and the guys from National, it's just gone great guns, and it's just going to get bigger and better.
Well, I know we always talk about how exciting the auction room is. CJ, I know you've been sitting on that bid line, so tell us real quick how exciting it is sitting on that bid line and answering those phones.
Oh, it's awesome. Just the first time I got to do it, I was just pumped up, and I could sit there all day, every day. It's pretty fun.
Well, I want to thank you both for being on with me this morning. I know it's pretty early, but I knew you were going to be in that room anyways because you guys are early risers getting ready to work for people. So thanks for being on this morning. When we come back, world champion auctioneer Ralph Wade. Stay with us.
Well, when we speak about non-handling dewormers in the context of the products that Merck Animal Health makes available in their deworming line, we're talking about products that we're able to deliver a dose of dewormer into the animal without having to run them through a chute or processing facility. So they're products that we use and we're able to deworm our cattle, whether out on pasture or in the feedlot or at the feed bunk. We have a lot of producers that maybe don't have good facilities or have the ability to gather their cattle and run them through a processing chute to deworm them or vaccinate or do those types of things. So this product has been very popular in that segment of our market. What we're seeing is as time has gone on, we've also been talked a lot about strategic deworming and when's the right time to deworm. And one of the things where Safeguard fits in is that you can time your deworming with these non-handling products. For instance, maybe when you have your cattle in the chute and you're doing your spring or your fall working, that may or may not be the optimal time to deworm and get the most bang for your buck. So if it's not, this gives you an avenue that you can go ahead and do your other processing and then do your deworming at the right time and not have to gather those cattle back up and run them through a chute. For our cattle producers, Merck manufactures and distributes a Safeguard free choice mineral that would be available through our animal health partners, but we also have several of our feed partners that purchase the Safeguard from us and that they blend it into their proprietary free choice mineral. Our partners today that carry this product would be ADM has a product called MoreGuard with Safeguard. We also have our partners at Vigortone produce a product called Vigortone 32 Safeguard, and that would be part of the Cargill organization, as well as our friends and our feed partners over in the southeast southern states. They also have a proprietary mineral formulation with Safeguard. So either contact those folks, contact your local Merck rep, or inquire with your local feed supplier about accessing a free choice mineral with Safeguard.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is world champion auctioneer Ralph Wade. Ralph, before we get into anything about the auction, about the beautiful day here in Breckenridge, about it being the last day, we've got to announce our 2017 scholarship winner. We want to give a big congratulations to
Kennedy Gill.
That's correct. That is correct. Kennedy Gill, congratulations. She's from Miami, Texas. She is going to Oklahoma State University. She's going to be a cowboy.
There's the reason she won. She OSU, you know. Yes, and you know what an honor and what a great thing. You know, I had the opportunity to work under Buddy for years and years really, and you know, the scholarship that Harriet's doing now and this scholarship deal is just such a great thing, and you know, Kennedy is just so deserving of this, because I mean, you know, these young people, that's what everything is relying upon this day and time.
You're exactly right, and not to mention she is so deserving. I know she was the valedictorian of her graduating class. What a great honor, and congratulations, Miss Kennedy Gill. So switching gears a little bit, let's talk about the auction. Yesterday was a busy day, and today's going to be an exciting and busy day as well, but let's talk about what we have to offer.
You bet. We had, as you said, had a great sale yesterday. It was a sale that, you know, went along, and, you know, it was, we were in all the Colorado cattle. So now today we're going to move a little farther west. We're going to start out with the Utah calves. Of course, we'll start out with the wean calves, then the calves on cows, and then we'll be going to the California and selling the wean calves on cows. And then we're going to come back and go to Arizona, Nevada. The same program. We'll sell the wean calves on cows, and then off to our great friends up in Idaho. I mean, I love those folks up there in that great country in the potato state, and we've got a lot of good wean calves and calves on cows in that region, and that's going to wind us up for our 5th day right here in Breckenridge, Colorado, and it's been great.
It has been great. I know Cole and I were laughing. The sun came up a little earlier this morning. I'm like, well, the day is getting going. We're getting ready to get started in there and sell some cattle. If you're in need of a buyer's number, go ahead and give Superior a call at 800-422-2117 or visit superiorlivestock.com. Another thing you can check out on superiorlivestock.com is all our schedules of events, because we're hitting the road again here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah. We just no more get home from here, you know, and kind of get things settled in, get a few cattle delivered, and then head our way on out to Winnemucca, Nevada, you know. Well, of course, we'll stop off in Fort Worth for a day before and then head off to Winnemucca. And you don't want to forget that this year in Winnemucca is 25 years. 25 years that we've been going to Winnemucca every year. Great sale. Jim Davis has the whole town laid out for us, and this is our silver anniversary in the Silver State. So it's going to be great.
It is. You know, I got to spend some time with some of the group up there and Jim Davis and all that.
You made a trip out
I
there.
did, and I got to visit with them, and they talked about being with Jim Davis for so long and selling. They will have sold for 25 years on the Winnemucca sale. And what an honor. I mean, what a privilege to sell for 25 years with Superior Livestock.
Oh, it is, you know, and it just, you know, it just gives us such a warm feeling, a warm and fuzzy feeling, you know, that you know, these people, they you know, they put their whole life in our hands. And I mean, there's no question about it. When we're up there behind the mic, I mean, this is their whole year's work that we're dealing with. So it is a great honor.
Well, it is, and I want to thank you for being on this morning, Ralph. I'll let you get in there and get to work for all those buyers and those sellers and you name it. And we'll see you right back here in Fort Worth in a few weeks.